Hi, I'm Kevin. Today we're going to fix a moist and delicious lemon loaf cake. And the first thing you'll need is a 9" by 5" loaf pan, like this. And either butter and flour the pan or spray it with baking spray. Baking spray contains flour. Also, preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, put 3 large room temperature eggs in a mixing bowl. Grab a wire whisk and beat the eggs to smithereens. All right, then we're going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar and beat that in. This is one of those super simple recipes that only involve 1 bowl. Okay, then we're going to add 1 cup of either sour cream or Greek yogurt. I'm using full-fat sour cream here. In you go. Beat that in. Yeah, the sour cream is going to give this cake a nice bit of tang. Then add a ½ cup of some neutral tasting vegetable oil. I'm using safflower oil, but you could use canola oil or sunflower oil. Just don't use olive oil, because olive oil is definitely not neutral tasting. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Okay. Then add the zest from 1 lemon. Beat it in. And to give this cake an extra kick of lemon, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of pure lemon extract. This is really potent stuff. I already measured it out here. That was 2 tablespoons. You should be able to find lemon extract in any supermarket. Okay, then we can ditch the whisk and add 1½ cups of self-rising flour. And if you don't have self-rising flour on hand, I'll put the ingredients in the description box below. There you go. And then I'm going to mix this. Let's see, do I want a spoon or a spatula? I'll use a spatula. Just mix this patiently. You want to incorporate all of the self-rising flour. And scrape down the bowl as you work. Yeah, this cake is going to be very delicious with either a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, or maybe a flute of champagne, whatever floats your boat. Okay, I think we're pretty well mixed here. And the batter will have some lumps, so don't worry about that. Then put the batter into the loaf pan. I better do this the other way. Yum. It already smells terrific. And by the way, this recipe is very similar to to the very first cooking video I made. It was a video for marmalade cake. I won't link to that video because it was kind of an embarrassing video because it was my first one. Okay. And then this goes into the oven until it puffs and just barely browns. That's going to take about 50 minutes, 50 to 55 minutes. And during the last 10 minutes of baking, you want to really keep an eye on the cake. And if it's turning too brown, then just cover it with a tent of aluminum foil. Okay, we'll be back when the cake is done, and then we can glaze it. While the cake is baking, let me thank you for all of the really nice comments you left concerning the feral cat that we adopted. Actually, it's a feral kitten, just a little baby, and she's come a long way in 1 week. I'll be filming an update later today. But suffice it to say, she has gained weight. She's been to the vet twice. She's making huge progress, playing with strings, playing with other little toys, and we just love her to pieces. So again, I'll be filming an update later today. Okay, we'll be back when the cake is done. All right, here's the cake, and it did bake for about 53 minutes. And I did cover it with this aluminum foil tent during the last 5 minutes or so of baking so that the top wouldn't get too brown. Now, to check to make sure that the cake is truly done, you want to take a toothpick or some other kind of skewer, plunge it in the middle, pull it out, and if the toothpick comes out clean, you know the cake is completely done, and mine is. So I'm going to let this cool for probably an hour. Whoa, too close. For about an hour on a wire rack. And then I'm going to unmold the cake and let it cool to room temperature, and then we can glaze it. So we'll be back. Okay, the cake has cooled, so let's have a look over here. I'm going to put the cake on this cake stand, and I've cut out 4 strips of wax paper, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. And I'm putting the cake on top, and then we can make the glaze. And for this, I have 1 cup of confectioner's sugar, and then I'm going to cut the lemon. This is the lemon that I zested earlier and added to the cake batter. So now we can cut this in half, and then grab my juicer. I'm going to add at least the juice of half a lemon to this. Maybe I'll end up using the whole lemon. We'll see. So what I'm aiming for is a consistency that is neither too thick nor too thin. And I can already tell this is too thick, so I need more of the lemon juice. My lemon just fell on the floor. Okay. Not too much though. Give that a nice whisk. Let's see. I think it might be a little too thin, which is not a problem because the nice thing with glazes of this sort is that you can always thicken up a too thin glaze and you can thin out one that's too thick. This might be all right. Here's the test. Still too thin. So I've probably added, in total, 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar. Yeah, this is what we want. Okay, then we get rid of my whisk. I'm going to pour this over the cake. Anticipation. Here we go. Maybe I'll move you in a little closer. Oh, this looks nice. And see, it's thick enough that you can see it, and it's thin enough that it's going to drizzle over the sides, and that's exactly what I wanted. You can make your glaze any consistency you like. Okay, and then I'm going to let this set up for about 10 minutes, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, I think the glaze has set up pretty well now, and I wanted to show you that had I not put this wax paper here, the glaze that fell over the side would have made a mess on my cake stand. And I'm trying to do a nice, neat, tidy job with this cake. Not that you have to. You do you. So then I can just pull out these strips of wax paper, and I should have a clean cake stand. And I do. Look at that. Of course, now we have to have a taste. Hold on, let me grab a plate. Okay, I wanted you to see this. The cake is very, very moist, and I have an end piece here. Yum. Has a really strong lemon aroma, a very strong lemon taste. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet, and again, it is moist. Of course, this glaze is heavenly. Oh, so good. And here's a close-up of the cake. And believe me, I wish you were here to help me to eat this. I'm probably going to have just a couple of slices, and then I will slice the rest of the cake up and wrap them individually and put them in the freezer. Okay, on my second slice now. So I hope you'll give this wonderful, simple lemon loaf cake a try. I will put the list of ingredients in the description box below. Just click the little thing that says show more, and you'll find the ingredients. And again, please give this cake a try. It's super simple to do, and it's really wonderful to eat. I'll see you next time with another delicious recipe. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and tap the little bell icon, and I hope you'll post a comment below because I love hearing from you. Bye-bye.